12th, 2009. We're redoing the rack. The 11176 is shiny, and the other one's kind of more buckskin. Maybe it's just the angle I'm looking at now. They're definitely different dialots of paint. There it is, man. So what do you think? What are we doing today, Dan?
We're doing everything today. Got a head start last night. Moving this rack around. We're just getting organized so we can
Conquer the world?
pretty much, or at least speed along the process.
Like cables, and so we're gonna yank this out and clean everything and clean all the connections and start from scratch. That's intense, man. Probably these D subs and stuff that come from here can all just stay there.
Okay.
Just wipe everything down and wipe all the tips off, and and then we're going to use the duster and blow out all the holes. And Greg's going to be here in a few minutes, and he's going to help us to get this all together. So there you have it. So the next thing is this monster is going to go on the top there. Those two are going out, and then everything's dropping down. And then we're ready to take the wires out, start cleaning everything. Wow, look how cool it looks, huh?
Yeah.
That's like looks like an ad for Universal Audio. Wow, it's gonna be nice when it's done. The other thing too is Greg's been mixing here, and he's been using a lot more outboard gear, and his mixes are just so killer. I mean, just so killer. So it kind of instigated getting another 1176, getting the 1023, and getting these EQs and compressors up to the top. And he's been using the 1178 on the drums, and just really killer. I'll post some stuff soon. It's all finished and mastered. We're just getting ready to send it off to be printed. Once it's all out there, I'll get it up. But yeah. And the drill gun, which Dan is not using. And why are you? Do you not trust yourself with a drill gun?
I'm afraid of the power. We're going to do irreparable damage with that thing in my hands.
All right, man. So now we're working on this side. Say hey, G.
Hey.
You having fun? Is there a redheaded Irishman back there?
Scottish.
Scottish. Same difference. Guy didn't touch you. Say hey, man.
Hey, man.
So what do you think of that patch bay or that rack now, huh?
Yeah, no, but
That is bad to the bone. Why does something look new?
But it's you know, it's not whether
The top one?
No, the silver one.
is on top of
I never even noticed that one before.
The 1178?
No.
It's right there.
Oh, because I was touching it at the side.
It's been there, yeah. Because it's at the bottom, you can't even see it. That's why we moved it up, so we can actually.
Case closed.
When we try to use this stuff, it's like we have to get on the floor with a magnifying glass and a floodlight. There it is. Look at that, huh? But you can't make rock and roll with this, boy. You just got to go home. Cleared off the patch bay. I found so many labels. I found labels under labels under labels. Okay. All the way back to when I had a little Mackie mixer as my headphone mixer. And I found, what else did I find? I mean, just, it was like an actually, it was a walk back in memory lane, like when I had my TG channels and all these different preamps and
out
compressors.
XLR, but there's only 1/4" input on the back of the central station.
Say again?
Why?
8.
Go back to the one before.
Alright, that's where we are.
That 26.4. 26.4. 26.4. We're checking this whole patch bay.
This is the old ADATs.
26.4. No, there's a problem with 8. There's a problem with 8. Now we're checking the patch bay. Nope, it's light.
Yeah.
It's light.
Jumping.
It's 34.6. How you doing there, Dan?
We hung out at New York for a bit.
Just gonna figure out. I don't know.
What are we doing back here?
I'm just bundling up the one power cable because the run is all of like 2 inches.
How many mic crease do we have now?
14.
Now that the camera's on.
What are you laughing at? So look, now we're making all the cables. Complicated.
Cable time.
We couldn't just have bought a snake like 5 years ago. We had to buy a
5.
separate gold tip, whatever the thing is, and me, and
12.
now we have to label them.
Oh man, I'm in double digits,
It's gonna
dude.
be awesome. Look at the rack.
I'm in
It's better
double.
than before, though. They used to
double
have 3
digits.
labels each. Now just 1.
Simpler, huh?
A little bit. At least 1/3 simpler. So good on camera.
Yeah, but you can actually see the patch bay. That's amazing. We put these, we attach these guys on the side.
And be honest, does my leg look tan?
Whoa! And now we're getting everything labeled.
Okay, and then so these got to be switched out. Dan, I need, if you can, make me Compy Q7 and 8.
Okay. Did I already make you those?
You did, but they ended up on the wrong end.
Ooh. Let's get her in focus. Here we go. So there it is. Done. I had to leave a little early last night. The guys finished up without me. Look at that, huh? Alright, let's see what we got here. Wow. That is killer. That's that new 1073 MPF. And there's a brand new 1023, a vintage Neve 1073, 2 vintage 312s, racked by Brent, red and blue Montesi, Monogamma, Beer Sluts edition. La Chapelle. That thing sounds so good, man. We were testing the mics last night. You could hear it. Back 500 and the Little Devil EQ and compressor. And these guys are a lot of the reason we redid this, because originally we had the rack at the bottom, the 500 series, and my vision's so bad I couldn't see all these millions of knobs. So I said, yeah, let's make it happen. 2 pairs of Pacificas, a Yuri 1178, CL1B, that's the power supply for the Neves. Tuner, SSL clone, pair of LA3As, pair of 1176s. Freshly cleaned up, thrown out all the old bad pieces, replaced everything, fully working and labeled hatch bay. And arm power and crossovers, central station, and 16 axes. The only thing that's not happening, and I got to call these guys this morning, is the D to A, the output of 11. There's no sound. It's actually lighting up on the front of the D to A, but we're not actually getting sound. And that was one of the problems we were having, and I thought it was a patch bay, but it's not. It's actually in the apogee, so I'm going to call them this morning. And that's it. Studio's like done. Baby's on the way, so this is pretty much what's happening. But this is it, man. I got all I need. Pedal boards and tons of guitars and tons of guitar cabinets with different speaker configurations. Everything, Fenders, Voxes, Marshalls. Pretty blessed, man. That Diesel's killer. There it is, man. That rack's killer.